The GOP won huge in 2016. The party had a surprise win for the White House and kept its majority in the House and Senate. But deep ideological divisions in the party have kept the GOP from scoring, well, really any big victory since. And those divides are always most evident in the House of Representatives. You've probably heard of the House Freedom Caucus.
Once again, the House Freedom Caucus of hardline conservatives bucked its leaders.
It's a pretty outspoken bunch, the most conservative, the most resistant to compromise and falling in line. But now, the more moderate Republicans in the House are taking on some of those traits, and it's causing some serious issues for Speaker Paul Ryan. The moderates, or the Tuesday Group as they're known, have always been the key votes in helping Republicans actually pass legislation. And yet they've either slowed or destroyed bills and amendments this year they considered too conservative. You might remember the House Obamacare replacement almost came to a screeching halt. That's because at one point, moderates put their collective foot down when they fought for more funding for pre-existing conditions. And most recently, they've told Ryan they won't back any budget without some type of bipartisan deal with Democrats. So what's changed to make moderates start to buck tradition? Well, it seems most of them are just sick of voting for the most conservative form of bills that eventually just die in the Senate, or casting votes to just make a point, especially when that gives them moments like this back home. One congressman put it this way, quote, "I think there's a lot of people who are like, don't put us in a position of having to vote for something that has tremendous political risk to us, and substantively is just done for negotiation purposes." To be clear, the Tuesday Group hasn't yet been as disruptive or as organized as the House Freedom Caucus. But if that happens, every single piece of legislation could end up being a tug-of-war between extremes for Ryan. And that would make important parts of his agenda, like raising the debt ceiling later this year, even harder to get done.